Good evening. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? He, she, they, them, or whatever. Bafangul. Here we are. Here we are. Got my dog hanging out in the studio tonight. Hey, Giz. What? Little Gizmo here. He is. Oh, he's a squirmy little wormy tonight. Yes, he is. Bud. So, I'm going to start off with something that, you know. So I had to take some time off from work. And I'm not looking for a pity pot. This isn't a pity pot. Okay, this is the truth. This is what's going on with Old Echo here. I have lost some of the sight in my right eye from that shitty doctor that I had, and so I'm actually going to be going for another operation, and I'm not happy about that. So that's kind of why I've been quiet. I'm a little, I guess, I don't want to say depressed, but I'm just kind of bummed out about this shit. So, but then, you know, I'm in a chat with Samurai and Hans Volt and the Machines One, and we're chit-chatting away, and all of a sudden I come across a video, and then it was posted in the chat, of Teenage Engineering, and I was like, you've got to be friggin' shitting me. So it got me fired up to come on and talk about this. What else could this shyster charlatan company do, right? That's why, if you notice, they're in the crosshairs right now. And who do you think you are? From what I understand, people that own the Teenage Engineering medieval piece of plastic crap, whatever that thing is. And I don't know if this is going on with anything else, but also I found out with the was it OPXYZ FM motherfucker Bungul? I don't know, whatever it is, whatever bunghole. The charlatan $2,300 piece of shill. Yeah, I don't really care anymore. I'm just going to say what I'm saying. You know, I used to respect Ricky Tinez. I don't know how do you say his name. You know, it just kills me. You know, from what I understand, what's going on with these two pieces of equipment is that when you write something on it, apparently if you publish it now, there's a copyright infringement law through Teenage Engineering. Wow. Like who? And I know AI is doing that too. So all you little sneaky poos out there using AI to write your music and not using your synths or your plugins, you think you're going to get away with it, you're on the watch list too. Not only with the renegades, but also with the copyright protection law. How funny is that? Crazy world we're living in. Crazy world. So yeah, so Teenage Engineering had the audacity to do something like that. I just don't get it, man. You know? And I see all these people out there, you know, hey, look at my OPXYZ or whatever the frig it's called. Look at how awesome it is, and it sounds so great. And, you know, you've got, I'm going to call out the name. I'm calling him out, bro. I'm calling him out. You've got Ricky. You've got Midlife Synthesis. You've got, I don't even know half their names, these jamokes that are out there promoting this $2,300 shill, because that's what it is. You know, and I get it. You know, I get it. Like some people, like, you know, it's a niche thing and all that stuff. I don't care. You know, I don't care about your niche thing. You know, you're screwing people. You know, now you're going to screw them on what? Creating on your device? That's absolutely insane. That's like the thing that I was just playing was on, there's my Juno X that was playing. And, you know, I don't know, you know, if they copywrote that, I'd be screwed because I use a lot of Juno X patches to stop my live stream because here's something ironic. I use my own music and the publishing company I deal with puts a no-fly zone on it and it's my music. And I've written several times to YouTube about that because it's me, it's my music. So now I don't even put my own music on here. It's getting unbelievably ridiculous right now. The censorship and all the other bullshit that's going on. Yeah, I'm ranting. This is what we do. This is what we do with Echo. He rants, okay? Plus, I'm a little pissed off because I can only see in one eye. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to, before I continue this, this little spat that I have going on here, I'm going to try to read some of this because okay, I'm just going to say hello to everybody in the chat right now. Gizmo's throwing his bone all over the studio. That's fine. So let's see here. Who we got? We got Apollo Hanzo. What's up? We've got George G's. We've got Mr. Hans Volt. We've got the Machines 1. We've got Banana Rider 69. Who else we got here? We've got Seeing with One Eye's great. We've got Samurai. Hey, Samurai. Yes, sir. My buddy. What else we got here? We've got let's see. We've got Eternian. How you doing, man? Hold on, my puppy's getting involved with something. Get out of there, you. Come here. Who else we've got Eternian. Hey, Gizmo. He said hello. Say hi. Squirmy wormy. All right. Let's see who else we got here. I want to make sure I get everybody in here. We've got DJ Dog Dad. All right, there he is. And we've got, all right. Let's see, who else we got? Excuse me. I'm going to scroll all the way down. Let's see. I'm sorry, guys. We've got Night All Synth Punk. I don't know. Is Synth Punk in the chat? I don't know. Is that really him? I don't know what that is. I don't know who that is. All right. Is that him? All right. Whatever. Okay. So here we are, right? Go, you little. Hold on. Come here. Sorry about that. All right, so we've got everybody in the chat. I'm sure there's going to be more people joining. I haven't seen a lot of people. Night All, Synth Punk. It's me. Oh, okay, it is Synth Punk. All right, hey, what's up, John? Hold on a second. All right, he started chewing on some wires. The bone wasn't working anymore, but he was good for the, you know, the few minutes that he was in here. So I'm trying to get him used to chilling out in the studio with me. All right. Anyway, so I'm going to read something here. I think Samurai just sent me something. Let me see if I can pull it up. And if I can read it. I don't know if I can read it. Hold on. Because this is... Hey, I can read that. That's cool. Nice and big. All right, let's see. It says... protected material. The material within this product includes, but is not limited to samples, sound files, style data, accompaniment patterns, phrase data, audio loops, and image data. Permitted usage. You are permitted to use the material in the creation, performance, recording, and distribution of your own original creation. Prohibited usage. Are you prohibited from redistributing? You are prohibited from redistribution, reselling, leasing, sharing, blah, blah. And you get the point. So you can't use this to create and sell it on any of the streaming. This doesn't make any sense. What's the point? I don't understand this. Yeah. So guys, what do you think of this? This is crazy, right? Yeah, it says including online platforms, public performances, broadcasts, or as part of derivative works, unless it is substantially transferred into an original creation. Well, okay. Isn't that what you're doing? You're creating an original track with the thing? Like, what the fuck? Wow. And I'm going to say it, you dumbasses that bought this thing for $2,300 and the other medieval thing for what? Was it $299, $250, whatever it was? You can't create with it and sell the stuff. It basically says that. I'm not reading it wrong. I've read copyright contracts and stuff before. I've dealt with all this stuff in the past. That's crap. They're prohibiting you from creating on this device and selling it. So what's it for? A quick backpack drop? You throw it in your backpack, you go down to Starbucks and you sit in Starbucks and pretend you're a musician creating? What the fuck, dudes? Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Yeah, I'm gonna read some of the stuff in the chat. If you guys can make heads or tails of this crap, I don't know, man, but I think Teenage Engineering is way over their heads on this one. This is not cool. And all these people that went out there and bought it, and if you're in the chat and you bought one of these, man, I'd send it back or sell it. Because I'm sorry, but that's just wrong. You're going to stop putting a damper on creativity? Wow, what are we coming to, man? What are we doing? AI's doing the same thing from what I understand. AI, if you go and create your own stuff with AI, you get copyrighted for it. You know, I've messed around with AI. Me and Samurai have messed around with it, having fun with it. I would never put any of my music out because I would never want to be called out for that. And I know the first person that would call me out on that would be Hans. But I would never do it. It's not cool. I get it. Like, we all use loops and drum machines and stuff. Like, that's what we do. Back in the day, with when rap really started taking off and hip hop, everybody sampled the shit out of everything, and then a federal law came about where you can only have, a 5-second sample or something stupid like that. You're still sampling the piece. You're still infringing on copyright stuff, whatever. I mean, loops are loops, but this is like, I'm curious to know, like, or any of the other companies out there like the Ableton Move and stuff like that, are they going to start pulling this crap? I don't think so. I'll be honest with you. I don't think they are. I think Teenage Engineering is a shill company. And like I said, I owned Pocket Operators and I got rid of them. Is that next? Like, if you create with a Pocket Operator, are you gonna be flagged for copyright infringement law, for like distribution laws? What the fuck is happening right now? Let me see what's going on in the chat here. Sample this so we can claim your song, Teenage Engineering. Yeah. Synth Punk says Teenage Engineering is for snowflakes. Let's see. Let's see. Scott's Synth Stuff just ranted about this BS. Yeah, I haven't seen that yet. Let's see. Hans Volt says, Apollo, all that stuff that you did on the OPXY, you better take it down, bro. They're going to sue you for millions. Oh, dude, I'll tell you, this is crazy. I've never experienced or seen anything like this. Let's see. I'm just trying to read some of the stuff, man. Producer Swiss Beats got hit by Emu. Really? I did not know that. So what exactly? I mean, this is what I'm trying to figure out. So back in the day, you didn't have the internet and stuff. You didn't have you know if there was presets on a you know, say the Roland the D50, for instance, everybody used the sounds on that thing, man. That was the 80s, you know what I mean? Like everybody used the sounds on a Korg M1. That was the 80s. So what? Because there was no social media back then, they couldn't go after you. They couldn't so is that what's happening now? So everything that's on YouTube or everything that's on social media platforms or everything that's on Spotify or Apple Music or any streaming platform, you're going to get flagged for friggin' writing something with a teenage engineering piece of gear? This is crazy. Let's see. I mean, Samurai, what do you think of this, bro? You know, I'm just blown away. I'm like, I don't know. You know? Casio has your back. All right. Listen, it's so crazy to me that this company who puts out a $1,500 or $900 table, I'm going to do what I did before. I ranted about all this stupid crap that they made. You know, the car, what was that thing? The Sin car, is that what it was called? What was it called? 4 wheels and it turned when you, dolls that were Bluetooth that played sounds. I can't. You know, and those are big too, from what I understand. Those dolls were like this big, right? And they were expensive, you know? It's just amazing to me. Like, go watch Scott's Synth Stuff, latest on this too. This is from Uncle Jerry. Everyone is like this. Like what? Yeah. But I mean, that's what I'm saying. I don't understand how they're getting away with this. Like, so you spent $2,300 or $299 on the medieval floppy piece of crap that had a broken fader, and they wanted you to fix it. How awesome is that? Oh, hey, you broke your piece of gear? Okay, that's cool. We're going to send you instructions on how to fix it. We're not going to take it back and fix it. You can fix it yourself. Jesus. You know, it would be mind-blowing if I bought a Moog Muse, right? I spent, $3,000, $3,500 on a Moog Muse, and it broke, and Moog sent me the schematics and the parts to fix it myself because they weren't going to do it. I mean, come on, man. You can't make this stuff up. You know what I mean? It's just crazy. Let's see. The dolls were cool. Idea, bad execution. DJ, I don't know, man. How cool was it? You know, what do you do with them afterwards? Do you make videos with them? What do you do with them? Do you make clothes for them, put little hats on them? I don't know how cool it was. I mean, if you think it's cool, that's fine. Like I said, to each his own. But again, I keep going back to the $2,300 shill. that, they expected people to dish out, and supposedly Midlife Synthesis he's paid for it himself. Come on. And he keeps saying that he's not a shill. As soon as somebody tells you something like that, as soon as somebody says, I'm not this, chances are they are. That's an old lesson my mom taught me a long time ago. If somebody tells you what they aren't, usually they are what they're saying they're not. So I don't get it. Uncle Jerry says, I don't want teenage engineering anything. I like running certain sounds through the reels. Is like the idea. Yeah, I mean, that's cool. I watched this whole thing on Hans Zimmer, and they have these really weird looking wooden shapes with speakers and microphones in them that they ran the Osmos through in the while they were doing the Dune second Dune soundtrack. And it was like really weird stuff that was like gongs coming out. And so it's just really strange things. And I think that's interesting too. Yeah, I agree. But again, I'm not going to spend, some of those dolls were what, $1,000? I mean, $299, $599 for what? I just, listen, whatever, man. Again, getting back to the original thing. Who the hell do they think they are to turn around and say, we own the rights to anything that you put out on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, because you were told in this letter that I just read, the copyright instructions, that you're not allowed to do that and make money off of it. Okay. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see what else we got here. I agree, Uncle Jerry, with Uncle Jerry's. I'm trying to get rid of my teenagers. Oh, Jesus. All right. I just wanted to come on and talk a little bit about that. I really pissed me off. When I saw it. Hey, Waves, what's up? What's good? What's going on? Fog Blonger, huzzah, Happy New Year. How you doing? Welcome. Welcome, Waves. Welcome, you guys. So what they did was they put out a thing. Let's see if I can bring it up here. Hold on a second. Let's see if I can. So this right here is the disclaimer, the teenage engineering disclaimer. I don't know if you guys can see that. I just read it. I just think it's hilarious. Listen to what it permitted usage. You are permitted to use the material in the creation, performance, recording, and distribution of your own original creation. Well, again, isn't that what you do with this thing? But then it says prohibited usage, and it goes on and talks about all the shit that the thing does, and you're not allowed to release it. I don't understand. How dare they? Crazy, right? Hans Volt says someone needs to check the Midlife Synthesis Synth Shill's hard drive for more teenage related material. Wow, man. Like, all day I've been on this. Echo Craft is pissed. Yeah, because it's silly to me. It's one thing when a musician copies your stuff and tries to get away with it, but then, then to do this kind of thing, it's not right, man. It's a piece of equipment that you spent a lot of money on, and you go ahead and prohibit anybody from creating, really. And they're saying that, but you have to create your own stuff. Well, I mean, that's what I'm confused about. Isn't that what you do with it? or are people just taking the samples and stuff on and going, oh, this is my song? I don't think that's what people do with it. At least the stuff that I've heard, the videos that I've watched. I just don't understand, man. Synth fun, old people engineering. I don't know what that means, but okay. I'm old. TE really. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It waves. Exactly, man. They're up their own ass. They have their heads up their ass. And again, Coco Bain, how you doing? They're publishing the use of copywriting the default presets, prohibiting. Yeah, I'm sorry, I can't read because I have one good eye. Yeah, but still, think about it. Aren't you supposed to use their presets? This is bizarre. That's like if Hydra said, oh, you can have all of these presets that come in the Hydra synth. If ASM said this, but you can't use them in any of your songs. Isn't that what presets are for, to create inspiration? Sometimes I'll use a preset and I'll say, you know, this preset's so cool, I'm going to actually use it and build my song around it. But apparently Teenage Engineering says you can't do that. That's what I understand from that. If you read what it says, it says right here, it says, the material in the creation, performance, recording, and distribution of your own original creation. Well, I got inspired by the preset in here, so I'm creating my own track around it. Like, that's permitted use, but then when you read prohibited usage, it reneges on that. This is what I'm saying. I've read copyright contracts. I've been doing it for a long time, and this is bullshit. I'm just saying. Synth Samurai, let's see. It's a video related criticism from big players in the synth community who showcase sound and talk bad genius. Okay. Well, censorship and music don't mix. Fuck it. Fuck Teenage Engineering. Yeah. That's what I say. Fuck them. You know? I don't know, man. The electronic composer, how's it going, man? Yeah, I just don't get it. You know, this prevents getting pinged for copyright for using included samples. But Coco, do you understand? Then if they do this and they get away with it, then every single synthesizer company, I've never seen anything like this in any manual. Every single synthesizer company will go on to this, and they'll probably do the same thing if they're assholes about it. And that's going to screw the music industry. AI is already screwing the music industry. It's screwing the art industry. I use AI art. I have to. I can't draw. I draw like shit. And I'm tired of commissioning people to draw stuff for me. It's a pain in the ass. Anyway, people rush to publish songs out of presets. Once it gets published, they get pinged for copyright. Yeah, well, I mean, this is what I'm saying, though. It's bullshit. Somebody just sent me something about a month ago about how there's these two guys that went in and used a computer to generate an AI to generate every single possible configuration of music, of every single note, right? It's in a database. And they said that it's so that it won't harm copyright infringement law because music repeats itself, supposedly, right? So I said to myself, I said, well, fuck these guys. Like, who gave them the authority to do something like that? That's bizarre. So who knows what the underlying cause is with that? You can go on YouTube and watch the video. I forget who the guys were. Just look it up. They used every possible configuration of every single note chord progression and everything to copy, so the copyright infringement laws wouldn't affect you and me. Bullshit. Okay? I call bullshit on that. And when I heard about it, a buddy of mine in work sent it to me. I said, this is bullshit. Yes, it is really bad. So anything that you create now, you know, if the other companies do jump on this bandwagon, I mean, Coco, you're telling me they're protecting users from getting pinged for copyright infringement by trolls who publish songs out of using just the presets. Bro, I'm not going to have this argument with you. I don't think they're protecting anybody. I'm telling you what they're doing. Just like the price of their piece of shit hardware. They're screwing you is what they're doing. That's my opinion. I don't believe that they're protecting us. You know? There was a once great president that said, you know, when the government shows up at your door and they say, "Hi, I'm the government. I'm here to help you," he said, "Run." And that's what this reminds me of. I'm protecting you. I'm here to help you. I'm here to protect you. I don't need your fucking protection, man. That's why I'll never buy a piece of their gear. And I'm hoping, because of the backlash that this is getting right now, I'm hoping that none of the other synth companies jumps on this bandwagon. Because if they do, we're screwed. That's not protecting us. You know? Yeah, there's a lot of people that just use presets. I use presets. I like creating my own stuff. That's why I have a plethora of synthesizers. I know Hans Volt, he's got a huge array of vintage gear and stuff, and he creates all his own sounds on it. That's what, if you're a true synthesist, that's what you do. But still, there are presets that inspire you. That's why they're put in machines. That's why there are people like I don't know. There's a whole bunch of people out there that have written patches for companies. Richard Devine writes a ton of patches for even plugins. You know, people write patches, you know, for inspiration. Synth companies go to them and go, "Hey man, we like what you do. We'd like you to write a patch bank for our synthesizer. What say you? We'll pay you." Oh, okay, cool. Great. Right? And so what? I'm gonna get copyright if I use that patch because I like it so much and it sounds great. I'm gonna get my protection. The mafia is gonna show up at my door and protect me from being pinged and copyright infringement laws. That's bullshit, bro. That's crazy. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Let me read the comments again. Let's see. Oh, let's see. Sorry, I'm just gonna go through some of these. Sorry. Hans, what we don't say, Hans. Okay. Banana Rider 69 says Gary Newman, which Gary Newman's one of my favorite artists. He almost strictly used Vox Humans off this memory the memory moog for the whole album. Let's see what else. If you're buying a product that they sold you on the sounds they presented, you've purchased the right to use if in any way you can. Yeah. Well, I agree. And that's Electronic Composer. I agree. see. They're protecting their assets by saying you can't just resell them. The language is vague, which means it probably will be abused at some point. Okay, well that's what we're trying to that's what the discussion is here, man. Let's see. Okay. Thomas Cole, welcome. And I have Alkali 6, Coco Bane. If I can take loops from Splice and make a song, what's so different with presets? Exactly. That's a great point, dude. Splice is how much money a month, right? Come on. Why do those companies want to take the fun out of making music? It's ridiculous. Exactly, man. Thomas Cole, I couldn't agree with you more. Complete bullshit for the overpriced piece of poop. Thank you for bringing some exposure to this. Subscribe and look forward to watching past episodes. Thank you, man. And listen, I don't always rant. All right, I always rant. Okay. But I like to just enjoy making music and talking about synthesizers. And Jack Be Nimble, I like that. How about we create the synth circus and do tours playing live? Synth punk can be one of the clowns. Well, that wasn't very nice. I don't know. Does synth punk agree with that? What the fuck, dude? Synth punk is high-end entertainer, not a jester. Well, that is true. Synth punk's been around a long time. Yeah, I mean, I'm just, yes, I'm ranting. I just, I don't know, I'm getting messages on my. Yeah, there was a message posted about Coco posted a message with Coco Go. He posted a message, he asked me a question. I'd like to see the question. Does anybody know what the question was? Apparently my admin didn't like it and they got rid of him. I'm sorry. They're just here to protect me, guys. Whatever. Okay. Yeah, okay. So I mean, my boys, they protect me. That's why they're blue wrenches, because we have had a lot of trolls, in the past, just trolling on me and Samurai and, trashing us and bad mouthing us. And, we don't want that to happen. And listen, you can do whatever you want, go on anybody else's webpage or channel or whatever. And, if you feel like writing in, some comment or whatever, that's what you do. You know what I mean? I don't do that. I've done it in the past and I paid for it. But, synth punk poof, hair gone, poof, hair, poof, gone. Oh, synth punk's gone? No, he's here. Synth punk says I'm a clown. Well, you're not a clown, dude. You're an entertainer. It's like, anyway. So yeah, I don't know who Coco Bane was. I don't know what his deal was. I was having a discussion with him. Apparently he was getting a little out of hand. Hans said calm. So I guess, sometimes it happens, but I mean, he disagreed with me. I disagreed with him. If he started, giving me crap, then, poof, he's gone. I don't know. Whatever. Listen, I'm just trying to make a point that this is not cool and it better not catch on, because right now I'm going to tell you, this is all going to backlash on them. And it probably already has. I forget the guy's name on YouTube. I like him a lot, actually. Let me see if I can See if I can pull that up. Hold on one sec, fellas. He's actually a really talented synth player. I've watched a bunch of his stuff. And let's see. Give me a second, guys. Here you go. The most Swedish video I've ever made on the OPXY Jam. Ricky Tenez. Whatever, bro. Let's see. I forget his name. And he put out a thing to, was it today or? Let's see. Hold on. Talk amongst yourselves. Let's see if I got. Oh, here we go.
Today we're going to be talking about copyright.
Hold on. So I really like this guy. Let's hear what he has to say. I haven't watched the whole video, so we can watch some of it together if you'd like. Let's see. A little smaller. Here. So yeah, so actually can I do this? Let me see if I can do this. One. Oh, here we go. Do this. There we go. Yeah, so let me play this.
Hi, I'm Scott. Welcome back to Synth Stuff. Today we're going to be talking about copyright and how a specific synthesizer manufacturer, namely Teenage Engineering, is weaponizing copyright against you. Coming up.
Scott's Synth Stuff. I like this guy. This is Uncle Jerry. This is what you were talking
recently.
About. I always forget people's names. He's really good. I subscribe to him, so let's check him out.
Florian Pills, the guy that does Bad Gear. I'm sure everybody who watches this channel knows Bad Gear. Recently had a video taken down from a copyright strike, and that video was one where he featured a product called Medieval from Teenage Engineering. Teenage Engineering is the boutique synth manufacturer that makes ridiculously overpriced synths like $2,000 synthesizer desks or tables and the
boom, Renegade right there. Look at this man's setup. Boom. Renegade. Send the man a t-shirt.
The XY, which is, $2,000 for a little Casio toy. And I know, I'm going to get a bunch of hate from all the Teenage Engineering fanboys, but to me, Teenage Engineering is everything that's wrong with synthesizers. It's form over function. Yes, they can sound good, but the user interface is horrendous, and the price is astronomical, and you are paying for I don't know what, because for the amount of money you pay for one of those, you can get so much more functionality out of a montage or something of the sort. Anyway, that's not what this video is about. This video is about what Teenage Engineering is doing. So Florian put up a video about the Medieval, which is just it's a version of Teenage Engineering's sampling box. It looks like a calculator.
It's a piece of shit.
But they just loaded it with weird medieval samples in it, and then they kind of made it stylized as medieval, and it's a weird niche product, and Florian did a video on it. And then Teenage Engineering did a copyright strike and took down that video because they didn't like what he said in the video about the product. However, how did they do a copyright strike against a video in which he was just reviewing the product? Shouldn't fit.
This is what I'm talking about. This is the kind of crazy shit I'm talking about. This is why I hate that company. What he just said is just ridiculous. He was making a video, right? He was making a video about the product, and he got copyright strike. Let's listen to that one more time.
He said in the video about the product. However, how did they do a copyright strike against a video in which he was just reviewing the product. Shouldn't fair use apply? Well, let's think about that. When you're using an instrument like a montage here that has samples in it, if I play, I'm playing recordings of a piano. They actually had a CFX piano, Yamaha CFX piano, and they mic'd it up and they had somebody play all.
Why? Why? Why did they do that? Why did Yamaha do that? Because Yamaha makes great pianos. They want you to use their pianos. And the montage is not some cheap piece of crap. It's a very expensive instrument. It's a very versatile, amazing instrument. It kills me.
Different velocities of all the different notes, and they recorded the hammer sounds and all the rest of it, and they created these massive multi-sample set and loaded it into that montage. And now when you're playing it, you're playing samples that they recorded when you play this instrument. Note the same exact thing with the Teenage Engineering. When you play that unit, you're playing samples that they created. Well, if I put out a song and I sample someone else's song, I have to get clearance for that sample in order to put it in my song, or else they can actually sue me and I can lose all the rights to my song because I used their sample without clearing it first. So how's that any different if I have this Yamaha here that I'm playing and...
By the way, I have that same t-shirt in black.
It's playing samples and I use that in my music. Well, Yamaha has thought about that. And if you look in the manual for this instrument, it has a thing in here that says about copyrights, which I'll put right up here. And it's saying, hey, all the samples, the copyrighted content, and it's samples, sequences, all that kind of stuff, it belongs to Yamaha. If you create music or perform with the contents using this product and then record and distribute them, you don't need Yamaha's permission. It says that specifically. However, if I were to take a sample recording of this piano and distribute it saying, hey, here's a piano sample set for your instrument, I can't do that because...
That's exactly why you would get copyrighted. So if he took all the patches in the montage and made a sample pack out of them and then sold them, that's copyright infringement. Not using it to create music.
I'm not creating a performance, I'm just redistributing Yamaha's copyrighted content. Same thing if I were to do the same thing for drums. If I put a drum kit in here and distributed drum samples that I just extracted out of the montage, I can't do that. That's Yamaha's copyrighted materials. It's not a performance, it's not a recording that I'm using in something else. Similarly, if I were to use the Audition. If I were to take any of the sequences, and there's 20,000 sequences in the sequencer here, if I were to take any of those and just record that and put it out as my own, I can't do that because it's taking their stuff, their intellectual property, and I'm representing that as my own. That's not allowed. But if I were to take all right, so I just use that in a performance, my own composition there. I can take that, record it, distribute it. Yamaha has no claim against that because it's incorporated in a performance.
So that's exactly what we're talking about. And I'm not going to play the whole video. I want you guys to go back and watch the video and watch the whole thing. I'm going to watch the whole thing afterwards. I really like Scott. He's awesome. He recommended to me the liquid stands that I got, which I ended up getting for free. I shilled it. No, I just asked them if I could check out one of their products, and they sent it to me. And Scott was the one who actually uses their products. And he's a very cool guy. If you message him, he'll talk to you. He's like Bo Beats. Very cool guy. Message him, he'll talk to you. So yeah. So this is what I'm saying. Okay. And he summed it all up for us with this one video. And I'm glad Uncle Jerry, you know, I forgot about who he was, Uncle Jerry, but thank you for sharing. He summed it all up. And this is it, man. This is like, you know, by the way, that patch on this synthesizer sounded amazing. What is that anyway? Is that a Novation? Summit. Yeah, it's a Summit. That's a nice piece of gear. Let's see. So yeah, so let me go back here. There we go. So again, you know, I don't want to keep ranting about this. I've said enough. You know, it just blows my mind that they're doing this after the amount of money that they charge people for this synthesizer and the little piece of garbage called the Medieval that they had to repurpose that one because the first one failed, and you had to fix the fader yourself. Yeah, Tron Dog. Yeah, we love Scott. Scott's the man. Let's see what's going on in the chat. The Summit is my dream synth. Yeah, man, I checked out the Summit. So is EchoCraft stealing Scott's content? That's a good question, huh? Well, not really, because if Scott says that he can share his videos, that's what we all do. Like you could, I share my video. You could put my video any way you want. You know, we give you the right to do that on YouTube if you have a YouTube channel. You can also, you can also X out of that. If you don't want people to share your videos, I can turn comments off too. I don't have to listen to people giving me shit. But I mean, yeah, I'm sure Scott allows you to share his videos. And if he doesn't, maybe he'll message me and say, hey man, I wish you'd take that down. Whatever. I don't think he's going to do that. He's a really cool guy. And I think that message that he sent out there was exactly what I'm talking about. Not cool. It's not cool. Fair use. Yeah. The Fair Use Act. Exactly. Let's see what else we got. Summit is the one that looks like a Rev 2. Yes, it does kind of look like a Rev 2, Banana Rider 69, and I'm sure Samurai hates that. Yeah, you just add a link below, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I get it. Oh, yeah, add his link for sure. Yeah, I definitely will. I'll definitely add his link in the chat after, well, actually in the description, because Scott is very cool. Anyway, the Machines one. I love the Summit. DJ Dog Dad, man needs the credit for helping light a fire. Absolutely. Anyway, I don't have much else to say. Like I said, I'm having an issue with my right eye, and it just kind of makes me feel crappy. But this stuff puts a fire under my belly, and I just sit there and I go, man, how dare you, you know? Banana Rider 69 still waiting for Rev 2 Goth Girl Part 2. I have my Rev 2 underneath my desk. I don't have it I have it hooked up. I don't have it turned on right now. I have the wonderful Juno X. Here we go. Get that happening. Yeah, the wonderful Juno X. Yeah. So anyway, there we go. Yeah. I don't know. I got nothing else to say, gentlemen, ladies, he, she, they, them, bafangul. Here we are. Woo. I feel better. Anyway, Machines One, we need a Juno X off on the future Synth Fighter. Ooh. Yeah, Samurai and we've talked about doing that. We should actually do that. I don't know when the next Synth Fighter is. I know that we skipped one because of the holiday, but tactical MIDI. Oh, Sonicware. Yeah. Oh, let's you know what, before I leave you, I'm going to pull that up. Give me 1 second. Hold on. Hold the phone. It's down here. Let's talk about that, shall we? Here it is. Let's talk about this. I'm just going to bring this up. I know Samurai mentioned it on his show the other day. I'm just going to pop it up here. Give me a sec. Let me switch. No, which camera is it? Website screen. All right, here we go. Listen to this beast. Wavetable drum machine. Yeah. Anyway, let me go back here. So yeah, I think this thing sounds great. I'm very impressed with it. I think it sounds amazing. Let's see. Echo, are you ditching the LM drum machine for the side drums? I think I am going to do that too. DJ Wojtek, I actually, I'm thinking about it. I really am. The LM drum is awesome, but this is different. And I want to say something. Samurai and I talked about this a long time ago. We said, how amazing would it be if ASM came out with a wavetable drum machine, right? And ASM hasn't done anything. They came out with the orange, and they came out with the silver and the orange edition of the Hydra. But yeah, I don't know. I just think that the ASM should come out with this drum machine. I think it would be great if they did. And I think it would be, I like Sonicware stuff. I own the Ambient Zero. It sounds amazing. I just think that they should come out with something like a drum machine, a wavetable drum machine, because I think they'll do it justice. It'll be a solid piece of gear. One thing I don't like that Sonicware does is that's add that little speaker, because it sounds like ass. I don't like speakers. My Juno X has speakers on it and I turn them off. I get it. Some people like that. I don't like it. The original Juno, one of the original Juno 106s had speakers on it, believe it or not. But my Juno 106s, the two that I own, didn't have the speakers. But yeah, I'm not a fan of speakers on synthesizers. Even like when I had my Volcas, I never used the stupid little speakers on them. I think the boutiques, the Roland boutiques, have little speakers on them. Yeah, not a fan. Anyway, yeah, so I think that would be cool if ASM did that. Let's see who else we got in the chat here. We got some new folks. Enzo Adrian Reyes, TE is a hard no. Bless you, sir. That's amazing. Absolutely not. Space Capsule, what's up, man? I didn't see you in there. Let's see. ASM Drum Machine is almost surely an instant buy, and that is, let's see if I got one good eye, man. Let me. Alkali 6, I think I'm saying your name right. Welcome, like I said before. But it sounds legit. Yeah, I really like this thing, and I'm seriously considering calling up my Sweetwater rep and telling him that I do not want the LM because I might order this. It's the same price, and it's different. You know, it's definitely different. My only gripe about the Juno X, and I have internal speakers disabled. Yeah, so here's the thing about what I do with my Juno X. I disable the speakers, but it doesn't stay that way. Now, I don't know, am I doing something wrong? I go into settings, I turn off the speakers, and I wish it would stay off, but they don't. I have to do it every time I fire it up, which is very fucking annoying. But whatever. So, okay, that's my rant. Yeah, my puppy, he's I think he's sleeping now. He's in the bedroom with my wife chilling. I think he's chilling out finally. He's a good little dude, Gizmo. He's a good little puppy. He tends to bust balls once in a while, you know. Hoops where he's not supposed to and pees where he's not supposed to, but every time he gives me that look with those eyes, I melt, you know. Big synthesizer Italian guy like myself, I melt when I see this little dude. So what are you going to do, you know? Anyway, so I just want to say thank you guys for letting me rant and let me talk about this crazy ass bullshit that teenage engineering is doing to people. And Synth Renegade Mafia, man, we rule. Remember that. We all rule. We're all renegades. We don't put up with this kind of crap. And if I see anybody else saying, oh, well, you know, it's okay because, you know, it's protecting us. It's not protecting us. That's no way near protecting us. It's protecting themselves from being shills because that's what they are. Okay? Trust me, I like Swedish stuff. I got a couple of friends over in Sweden. It doesn't mean that teenage engineering isn't shit. Just my opinion. I hope they see this video. Not cool. Not cool, TE. Anyway. Let's see it. Yeah, DJ. Yeah, when it should just work. You should be able to set that up. Is turn the speakers off, hit enter, and it should save it into the internal memory. And I looked in the manual and everything, and there's nothing. The speakers, I have to turn them off every single time. It's really annoying. Anyway, FTE. I like the chant that's happening right now in the chat. Renegades rule. FTE. Right on. All right, gentlemen, ladies. Thank you so much for joining in, and thank you for allowing me to share my rant with you on this disgusting company. And I'm of Swedish blood. That there are no shortages of assholes in Sweden. Well, I mean, there's assholes everywhere. But FTE. There we go. Right on, gentlemen, ladies. And again, like I always say, you got to stay frosty. You got to stay creative. Don't let, and this is part of staying frosty. Don't let people in companies like this take advantage of us as musicians. Not cool. All right. So stay frosty, stay creative, keep on synthesizing, baby. All right? And I'm going to take you out with this little jam. And like I always say, peace.